Hi, welcome to Inventors Dojo. My name is Henry and I'm an inventor on a mission to make and sell my invention. My invention is the easiest, most efficient tool to use to get your car out of sand, ice, mud, or snow. If today's your first time in this channel, welcome and I hope you enjoy the videos. Please consider subscribing so you could get updates on what's going on with my invention. In the last video, you saw how I actually thought a 3D printed model of my invention could stand the stress of the wheel of my car turning and actually running over it. But hey, I had to try it because you simply can't know what you don't know. And as some of you know, I don't know. I simply don't have the knowledge that would allow me to know these things before I try them. So from an outsider's perspective, I'm sure it looks like pure insanity, but I'm figuring things out as I go. So at this point, I only know two things. One, I can't 3D print the prototype because it is not strong enough to withstand the force. Two, I can't make it out of metal because it is too fucking expensive. At the time, it even occurred to me to make it out of wood. The last thing I wanted to do was to become stagnant. I had built relatively good momentum and I just couldn't allow myself to fully stop. I had to do something, you know? So one night I was browsing YouTube and then something popped into my feed. And it was a channel by Mr. Robert Talone. Now, if you've never seen his channel and are into making things, you, my friend, are welcome. As always, I will put a link in the description. Mr. Talone's channel is devoted to making things, but he is mostly known for his mold making and casting videos. I probably watched all of his videos in one sitting. This had to be my next step in making my prototype, or at least I had to try it. Fair warning, watching Mr. Talone do his thing is very deceiving. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. You'll want to jump right in and start making molds after watching one video. But I recommend that you watch one video multiple times and pay close attention to what he's saying as much to what he is doing. It will save you a lot of time, frustration, and money. At least that was my experience. The reason he's able to do it so easily and fluently is because of his 40 years of experience, and he's got the patience of a saint. Having said all of that, if you want to get into mold making and castings, there's no better place to start, period. Plus, he's wise and entertaining. There's that too. Unfortunately for me, I thought this was gonna be so easy. So I hopped online and got myself a mold making kit. My ignorance led me to believe that this was all I needed. And I guess I was half right. Because for me to learn any new skill, the first step is to do it wrong a few times. Quite a few times. But that's probably just me. Yeah, I'm sure it's just me. Anyway, it took me a few tries to actually have anything that I could use so I could go out and test my prototype. Unfortunately, every new try meant obviously more money, but also more time waiting for everything to arrive. But eventually I found a local supplier about 20 minutes away from my house, and that made things a little bit easier. But in the end, there was more than a month between me watching my first video and actually having something that I could use to test. And this was a daily thing. Every day after work, I would sit there and try to figure this out. There was just so much I didn't know and was learning the hard way. Why? Because I was not paying close attention to what Mr. Talone was saying. Once I stopped pseudo-listening to the instructions, things got a lot easier and a lot faster. So after going through all that pain and spending a lot more money than I should have, I learned a few things about mold making. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to know my do's and don'ts. If you're new to mold making and want to get into it, my main advice would be to not just buy a kit online. Instead, call up the people you'll be buying it from. All those companies are very helpful and knowledgeable. So even if you start the conversation with, I don't know what I'm doing, but here is what I'm trying to do, they will help you. And that's all the time we have for today. But please stay tuned for the next video where we're going to take a look at what happened when I finally got my resin casted prototype up for a test. I am so glad that you joined us today and thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to share this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. Thank you so much and I'll see you next time. Stopping video. Oh, this is not recording. Ah, you mother. And this is gonna suck if I have to redo this whole